Oh, that smells. Oh my gosh. So, I am celebrating because I just hit 50K on Insta. Yay! So, I have grown my Instagram account from, I think, 4,000 followers 2 years ago to now 50K. So, I am stoked. I had no idea I'd be able to get that growth in that amount of time. And I am just so flattered and honored that I have this beautiful community who all want to learn and grow together. So, when I hit the 50K, I thought I could do some posts that, I brag and have a cake and look all cute, or I could do something to celebrate and give back to you guys. And that's what I wanted to focus on, because that's what my account is all about. It's about you guys and helping you guys grow. And one of the biggest ways I can help you do that is sharing my story to how I've had my success. So I wanted to jump on a live and share my framework to how I've grown my account from 4,000 followers to 50,000 followers in about 2 years, 2.5 years. So a little bit of background, I guess, about my journey. So I'm a social media coach. I've been in social media for 12 years. I used to be ex-corporate, so I managed social media accounts for brands. So I've managed the social media for Olaplex, Cloud9, Evo Hair, a lot of hair care brands. And I really was able to really grow them quite rapidly as my corporate job. And then I quit the corporate world and went out on my own and started my own consulting business, Ashley Bailey Consulting. And that was 2.5 years ago with a 2-month-old baby on my lap. Blindsided with excitement and just eager to be my own boss. And, fast forward 2.5 years, here I am. So pretty happy and honored to be here and have achieved what I've achieved and work with so many incredible people. I really am so lucky to work with such creative, talented people who, share my core value of understanding that Instagram and social media marketing is the most powerful resource you have as a small business owner. So that's where I am now. And, the way I've been able to get that growth from that 4K to the 50K is 100% the strategies that I teach my clients. So I guess, the best thing about the growth I've had is that it really does prove you can do it. I think it's such a great case study to show that I'm living proof that what I teach and what I share and what I train and educate on is actually going to get you results, because I am living proof of that. And I have the same issues as you. I am a mum. I am time poor. I know what it's like to feel like, I don't know if I can have this growth, or how do I have time to do this on top of my job? Don't forget, I am with, 10 to 20 clients a week as well. So I'm doing this on top of clients as well. So I really do believe the way I've been able to achieve this is achievable for you too. And the opportunities that growing on Instagram is going to give you to scale your business, create passive income, is all absolutely worth it, and why we are interested in this. So I do have a little freebie for you guys to celebrate. I was reflecting on my growth and how I got from 4K to 50K, and I have summarized in a little PDF the 12 main frameworks and steps that I believe you need to focus on and learn and grow in and develop in as a business to get you there. So if you want to go ahead and DM me or comment on this live the word growth, I will send you this little 12-step framework. So literally, we've got each of those 12 steps all spelt out there for you. So this is what, when you work with me, what I teach you. This is what all my online courses are about. It's each of these steps and giving you the, step-by-step frameworks to create your own growth for your own social media. So I'm not going to spend heaps of time going through each of them, because obviously that's where my education comes in. That's where you are going to learn, test and trial yourself. That's how you're going to unlock your potential. But, if I wanted to just summarize those 12 steps for you now, I could definitely go through that list now, so you guys have a bit of an idea of what you can achieve if you follow the frameworks to social media growth that my account has done, and then what I teach my clients. And I'd love to give you some examples, I guess, of what I have done as well as what examples of what my clients have done in this framework to prove to you it absolutely is possible. So first up, you might think it's a bit of a boring one, but it's definitely important, and that is optimizing your profile. So I guess as just a simple point, it's the fact that no one's going to follow a boring account. You know, as soon as you do start to reach new people, whether that's organic, from being viral, whether it's from advertising, the first glance at your profile is where someone decides to follow you. And if you haven't optimized the look of that, they're not going to hit follow. And disclaimer, it doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't even have to look aesthetic. It actually just needs to speak to the right people and make sure that you are solving a problem or a solution to something they need in their life. That's more important than a curated grid in 2024 and heading into 2025. So absolutely, optimized profile has helped me massively at when someone discovers me, they hit follow. Secondly, posting consistency. So this is super important and something, if you guys have heard me talk before, it's all around posting consistently. And the more I talk one-on-one with artists, creative people in, trying to grow on social media, this is probably the number one setback that is almost more of a mindset than anything else. That really is an area that once you unlock, you are going to achieve what you're after. So when I say consistency, I mean you know how many posts you do per week and you stick to it. So I do, for my business, I do 3 feed posts per week. And I think that is absolutely achievable for anyone. It's only 3 days of a 7-day week I have posts I'm posting to Instagram. So it is doable with a full-time job. It is doable as a parent. And I have been able to sustainably grow just posting 3 times a week. I don't post more than 3 times a week. Absolutely, if you can sustain more than that, post more than that, I absolutely agree. But one of the biggest things I find is that my clients have spelts of them posting really a lot, posting maybe 4 times, 5 times a week, and then they'll have a whole week where they just don't post at all. And that consistency is not there and is not going to help you grow. So I'd rather you just consistently post every week those 3 posts than do hit and miss weeks. And again, proof's in the pudding. I have posted 3 times a week for the last 2 years, and I have got that growth and unlocked that reach and getting new followers and non-followers to see my content by following that strategy. And it's achievable, absolutely achievable for anyone. So I have a lot of little frameworks to help you stick to that consistency. A lot of my mentorship clients as well, I'm holding their hand, making sure they're sticking to that consistency, because that is so crucial at unlocking the rest that will follow after if you keep consistent with those postings. A little reminder, if anyone is looking for this document, just DM or comment the word growth, and I'm going to send you my 12 steps to growing on Instagram, which I have used personally myself to get to the 50K that I'm at today. So next one we're going to talk about is showing up. Haha, love this one. And so important heading into 2025. If you are not showing up on social media yet, you absolutely must in 2025. We need to see your face. We are in the service-based industry. You are touching someone's head. They are going to sit in your chair. They need to see you. They need to connect with you online. If we're using this tool to market and promote, connect with our audience, there is no better way than building connection than showing up as a human. Don't even get me started on the fact that there is AI and there's ChatGPT. There's so much fake, robotic things in this world now. And the consumer, the client, is very skeptical of that. We don't trust what we see, but we will trust a human. A human talking authentically, a human genuinely connecting on a human to human level, that cuts through the noise and the crap way better than anything else. So you need to learn how to get over how you look, because it's not about how you look. It's about your audience. No one actually really cares about what you look like. My hair is annoying me right now, how it's not sitting properly. Does it really matter? No, because you're listening to what I have to say. That is what's important. So again, a huge strategy to overcome and get on top of. But again, once you unlock it, once you can do it, the engagement, the connection, the growth and momentum you get from showing up and being authentic, it's just the most powerful tool that you'll never look back, because you can see how effective it is. So working with me again, I can help you really break through at creating content where you are showing up as a human, and, you know, give you some baby steps to get there. Because, you know, I know it's very hard to think I could never be on an Instagram live, but you could absolutely probably be on a story. So let's start there. I definitely recommend that starting in stories is a better place to start, and the more exposure you get, the less scary it will be. So next year, how are you going to be doing that? How are you going to be holding yourself accountable to be showing up on socials so that you get that engagement that you're after and cut through the noise? This is how you're going to stand out, is by showing up. Next one we have is, I can't even read backwards here, content intention. Super important, content intention. This is around making sure every post you do has a purpose. It's not, here's just some work I did, here's an event I went to, here's some hair I did. It's this is how this hair or this event I went to, this is how it helps you, my audience. So intention behind your posts. Is it adding value, or is it inspiring you? Is it inspiring your audience? That's what you need to be thinking about, instead of just retrofitting something you've taken in your camera roll and going, I'll chuck that up. So intention behind posts is so important. And again, working with me, I can tell you the frameworks and the ideas and the concepts which have intention versus what don't, and where you can be focusing on to have that pathway of success. Next one, investing in content days. Super, super important. End of the day, your content that you post on your grid, just what you do in everyday life and what you do on paying clients isn't going to be enough. So you do need to start thinking about next year, how are you going to invest in content days? I have an epic course coming up with Chantel Marie where we actually show you how to plan and execute a content day. So little teaser for next year. We're launching that early next year. So again, amazing, amazing resource to get you actually investing in content days, and if you're going to do it, making sure you like the content and utilize the content you've created. Next up is filming skills and editing skills. Absolutely. If you want your content to go viral or be seen by new people, you need to know how to capture it in a way where the subject matter is the core focus and people are engaged in it. And then you also need to be able to make sure people are seeing it in the best quality they can. So no blurry, foggy, lenses, no jolty footage, no distractions in the camera. Clean, crisp, focused content, and you learn all of that from my Video Academy. I teach you how to film in a high quality standard so that you create that beautiful quality content that you're after. And then to flow on from that, how you edit that. People do not watch, they're time poor, they're fatigued. We have to grab their attention in those first 3 seconds of a video, and you need to know editing skills on how to do that. That could be text hooks, it could be special effects you do in your editing, it could be the way you trim your footage using the 2-second rule, which is one of the frameworks I teach. But editing has a huge result in how much people watch your video, and they are all skills you can learn. Filming and editing, all inside my Video Academy. Absolutely the best place for you to upskill, lifetime access to the course, and have this skill to be able to execute what you're after, and not just be posting some kind of mediocre content that gets low views. We make sure that you get that engagement you're after. Lastly, we've only got a few left. So we've got advertising strategy. So I do, in full transparency, part of the reason why I think I've gotten from my 4K to 50K in 2 years is because I've always supported my organic strategy, the feed post, the organic work I'm doing. I do top that up with some paid advertising. I spend about $200 to $300 a month. So not that much. I do believe my budgets, my lifestyle is very similar to any other small business owner. So I'm very mindful that I'm not trying to make you guys spend super huge amounts of money to execute this strategy. It's all within reach, absolutely. And again, a little teaser for another thing coming up next year is I do have a course called Booked and Busy Boosting, which is all around a boosting advertising strategy to secure that growth you're after and that consistency in your reach. Because end of the day, if you are going to start investing in your Instagram and your social media and putting the time and effort in, why wouldn't we support the organic efforts with some paid efforts, which, you know, are very, in terms of price-wise, for advertising, you can literally spend $100 a month to up to maybe $500 a month. It doesn't have to be as scary numbers as you think. And what I love about how I teach you guys how to do advertising is that it's very customizable to your business and the budgets that you want to do. So that's coming up next year, and absolutely it is going to help that full circle of getting you results on your Instagram, because we're doing so many incredible organic efforts. We want to support that with some guaranteed reach, because that's why I love advertising. It guarantees someone will see your content that's new to you. Why wouldn't we do that? Collaborations, super important and should never be underestimated. When it comes to the collaboration feature on Instagram, it's the same thing. If I'm doing collaborations with people, I'm 100% collaborating on a post with them. Collaboration posts are the new shout out or reshare. If brands or people are wanting to reshare your work, ask them to collaborate on the post instead of just screenshotting and resharing, because the collaboration is going to be way more effective than getting a regram or a shout out. Shout outs and regrams don't really work anymore. It's the collaboration feature that gets you that cross-pollination of a new audience, and you definitely pick up new followers from that. So I collaborate with a lot of my clients if I'm doing content creation with them, and we are really, really excited and proud of the look and the hair that we've done. We collaborate on posts where it posts on their account and it posts on my account, and it is a great way to get exposure for my clients as well. I've done big collaborations with people like Natalie Ann. That has been a great, amazing collaboration for me this year. I've collaborated on about maybe 4 or 5 posts with her this year. My last post I collaborated with her on got, I think it's on 2.8 million views at the moment. And I think last time I looked at that, it generated around 3,000 new followers for me. So that opportunity, that collaboration, if I didn't put myself out there, if I didn't get on that plane and go to Sydney and sit in that class and do her education, if I didn't see that moment and if I didn't capture it, none of that would have happened. So collaborate. Think about it in terms of as an opportunity to grow your business, network. You never know who's watching. You never know what you are able to create when like-minded creatives come together. It's super, super powerful. So going into next year, absolutely, collaborations need to be a focus for you. And finally, the last step in my 12-step framework to Instagram growth is analytics. If I wasn't looking at what was performing on my own account, I would never know what direction to go in. And this isn't about superficial looking at your followers. It's looking at your watch rate, which is a new metric you can look at now. It's looking at how many people actually shared the post. And it's analyzing your content to figure out what trends are there in your own content, to know what's working, to keep focusing on that, and also to know what doesn't work, so you don't need to focus on that. You need to be taking it seriously, because what is the point if you're putting all this effort into posting, if you're not looking at how it performed and not trying to do better? What is the point of it? So being analytical, understanding your insights, being curious is crucial to getting this success. So again, you also want to be analyzing what you see. You as a viewer, someone who's looking at content, what do you watch and look at on Instagram? What grabs your attention? It's super important that you're also thinking when you're scrolling, hey, did I like that video? Is that an early trend? Maybe that's something I could adapt myself. Instead of waiting until a trend is everywhere and then you decide to jump on it. My Instagram subscription is really good for this too, because it keeps you on top of the updates and what's working right now and any early trends that I do think are worth jumping on, let's say. I don't particularly love, content trends, but in terms of trends of what's working on Instagram, absolutely. If you want, somewhere to go to find out exactly what's working right here, right now, and me to point you in the direction, because it's so freaking noisy out there. There's so many directions you can go on. That's where my Instagram subscription comes in really handy to keep you up to date with what's working right now. So there it is. Again, if you want this document, just send me the word growth on this live or DM it to me and I will send you this PDF. And absolutely, if you are looking to grow yourself, you need me to hold your hand in executing all of these. So whether it's my online courses, my mini mentorships, next year is already looking crazy. So please, 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 if you are serious about this and know I'm your girl to execute all of this with you, then hit me up and let's book you in for next year and get you going. So thank you again, all 50K of you. I am honored and excited, and bring on next year. Thanks, guys.